Beautiful.
Nice. Crisp.
Oh, crisp winter day here.
Crisp winter day. The sun is shining.
Wee.
Woo. Welcome to...
Welcome to Wee.
Woo.
Beautiful woo day here.
Woo. I'm so glad I'm here. Woo.
Woo.
For anyone that doesn't know, woo.
Weird Energy Wednesday. It's our new little slogan.
Yeah, we're going with Wednesday Weird Energy at first, WWE. I don't know if you know this.
We got sued. Vince McMahon showed up to my house and he goes, "Oh, you can't use that. That's trademarked."
He actually showed up while we were recording an episode. He busted down the door, came in.
Yeah, he did his little Vince McMahon walk into the room, which you haven't seen, then you should Google Vince McMahon's stage walk.
Yeah.
And he said, "Don't talk about me or my daughter or what we were doing in the early 2000s. And I said, "Say less."
Yeah. And then he punched me directly in the face.
That's why Harmony's wearing makeup today.
So much makeup. I'm purple.
But welcome to
Make It Weird.
the mini episode.
The mini weird, if you will.
The mini woo.
The mini woo.
It's woo, but it's woo. Woo. Perfect.
It's like ooh woo, but you take out the first part.
Woo. Do we want to get started with some headlines?
Yes, and I actually have 6 this time because I found one last night.
Ooh,
yeah.
Me too.
Ooh.
I found one this morning.
Oh my god, we're on the same brain wavelength.
I had 6, and then I found one this morning, and I went, "No, I can't have 7. We have to max it out. 6 is it."
20
so
each.
I removed one. I removed one that I was like, "This is kind of lame anyway."
Yeah.
So I started it last time.
Yes, I think so. All right, I'll start this time.
Wait. Yes, you started this time because you have Cutie Pie Corner, so you have to start.
Okay. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Correct. Woo.
Woo. All right, this one's actually might be my favorite one from all of them.
Okay.
Pokemon fans are bidding thousands on a Charizard-shaped Flamin' Hot Cheeto. And it looks very much like Charizard.
Does it really?
Yes. If you want to Google it or go into my document and look at it, I'll post a
I don't want to
picture.
look at your dog.
Oh, then never mind. Don't do that. Just Google Charizard. Flamin' Cheeto.
No.
It looks so much like it.
Okay, somebody made a Pokemon card out of the picture and they named it Cheetozard, and for some reason that sounds like a slur.
That's really good. I like Cheetozard.
You fucking Cheetozard.
I think that's really good. I dribbled on my chin just now. Just a little bit. Just a little.
Can you do it again?
Yeah.
Ooh. Anyway.
All right. Give me yours.
Woke furry hijacks social channels for right-wing group that published government DEI watch list.
There's so much happening in that one.
Oh, yeah.
You said furry.
Woke furry
hijacks
social channels for right-wing group that published government DEI watch list.
Wow. I mean, honestly, good on them.
We love the furries here.
Love the furries. Thanks for sticking up for us.
Keep it furry, weirdos.
Keep it for real.
Keep it, yeah, they're keeping it for real.
For real.
Anyway.
All right, you're going to like this one. KFC to become Texas Fried Chicken in headquarters move to low tax state.
I almost did
grabbed that one. I had to grab it. Just
I read the
KFC.
story and I was like, this is fucking lame.
It is a little bit lame. They're really just moving their headquarters from Kentucky to Texas because it's cheaper. So
it's not even the whole headquarters. It's like 10 people.
Right. Yeah. It's like one of their main buildings. Yeah. Not that big of a deal. Imagine if it became TFC instead, though.
I would boycott it.
Yeah.
It's not allowed.
I'm already boycotting it by just not going there.
What did KFC do?
Nothing. I just don't go there.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought they did something and I missed out on the information.
Oh, no. I mean, probably. Maybe. Who knows?
I bet Colonel Sanders was a racist guy.
Oh, absolutely.
Look at that man.
Absolutely.
Louis Vuitton unveils lobster-shaped bag worth $18,000.
Oh, my God. All right. So if we ever make any money off this podcast, that's the first thing we're going to buy.
Yeah, we're not getting an editor. We're not paying for ads. We're getting a lobster-shaped bag that costs $18,000.
And, what if we only made $200 and that we still just bought it anyways? So we
Write
could
it
be
off.
$17,000 in debt.
Oh,
right
that's
off
all
the
that I
lobster
want.
purse.
I was joking that, because I'm basically spending a lot of time in Maine right now for work, that I should get it to fit in with the Mainers.
You think you should? Everyone in Maine has a lobster purse, correct?
Yeah.
And they're shaped like lobsters.
They're lobster. They're actually purses made from lobsters shaped like Louis Vuitton.
Mm-hmm.
The human, not the brand.
That makes sense, yeah. But they do live in lobster-shaped houses, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they ride lobsters into work every day.
Ugh, exactly. Very fuel efficient.
It truly is.
Yeah.
They should get into, I think what's even more fuel efficient than lobsters is scallops.
Oh, yeah, they just fly on their little scallop birds?
Yeah.
Imagine.
That'd be so great. I want this world to exist.
I would love to ride a flying scallop.
Why do they fly like anime girls late for class?
They do, though. It was so good. All right, this one is wild and sad. U.S. woman sues after carrying wrong baby in IVF error.
God. Did you read that? That story is horrific.
It is horrible. She had to give the baby up to the people that actually birthed it. Well, not birthed it,
Do
but
we want to give like
carried
a little bit more information for like what actually happened?
Yeah. So basically, this woman was undergoing IVF.
Mm-hmm.
There was some fucking clerical error. They put the wrong baby in. She gave birth to a black baby. Her and her partner are not black, so they immediately knew it was not her baby. And then the people whose rightful baby it was, she birthed it and she took care of it for like 6 months or something and then had to give it to them.
Yeah.
Like, what a fucking error to make.
I wonder.
How?
There's no way this is the first time that something like that's happened.
Oh, absolutely. Because it could have been just a white baby and you don't know that it necessarily doesn't look like you initially. Like, some kids don't always look like their parents.
Even, like, from what I understand, like, black babies, too, they come out and they are, like, a lighter color.
Yeah.
And then they sometimes can, like, grow more pigment, I guess, as they develop. I'm not sure how that works. That's just what I've heard.
Yeah. Not a clue.
It's just crazy. I don't know.
There's no way it was the first time. I think you're correct. But then she was saying, too, she's like, I don't know if someone in the world has my baby.
Yeah.
Because if a white couple has her white baby, they may never fucking know. Like,
that's just so heartbreaking. I can't imagine the trauma of giving birth to a child and taking care of it for 5 months, loving it as your own, and then it basically being ripped from you.
Yes.
And then also the trauma of the family whose biological baby that is.
Right.
Finding out, like, I don't know if maybe their attempts had failed or something, or if they, were successful, but, like, suddenly you have a baby that's your baby. And I'm sure they're incredibly happy and are probably taking great care of the baby, but, like, still, that has to be a wild experience to go through.
Exactly. Yeah. And apparently the parents were initially going to like sue to take the baby, but she just immediately gave it to them. Like so I think she's just a really good person that like
I hope that they both sue
the company.
Place. Yeah.
Like, god damn, that's insane.
Big old fucky wucky there, but
God.
Illinois governor declares Lake Michigan is now Lake Illinois.
Great. Actually, I've been saying that for a long time. Mm-hmm. What a fucking lie of a lake. Name it Lake Illinois, please.
We should. I think that, Yep. Yep, that's it. No, I was going to try to come up with something, but I don't have anything.
It was a really dead space. It's very quiet in here when we have nothing going.
It really is.
Pet monkey jumps through drive-through window and attacks Starbucks worker, Alabama cops say. Uh-huh.
Dude, pet monkeys should not be allowed.
No, they should not be allowed.
Not even the little ones, man.
And it was a little one. One of those little guys with the yellow faces. Like, very cute, but monkeys can do some damage. Like, they are not meant to be.
No, they're really
pets.
Not. Whenever I think about pet monkeys, I think it was either the late 90s or early 2000s. There was a woman who had a chimpanzee for a pet.
Yes.
And it like attacked her friend.
Destroyed her. Did it kill her or just...
I believe it killed her. I know that there's a very brutal 911 call that I accidentally stumbled upon one day.
God.
Don't recommend that. But it was a really horrific.
Chimpanzees are...
Wild animals in general. Like, dogs and cats are domesticated.
Yes.
Those are fine. But, like, you shouldn't have a bobcat. You shouldn't have a coyote.
No.
By the way, don't fucking pet coyotes.
No.
Even if they're cute in your backyard, don't fucking touch them.
No.
You know exactly what video I'm talking about.
Actually, I found another video from that guy. I think the coyote is his.
Oh, you think it's his coyote?
I think it is. I think he was posting that as, like, clickbait kind of stuff. I could be wrong. But he had a ton of videos with this coyote in his house.
But, like, still, like...
Yeah,
it's a coyote. They're not domesticated.
They're not
domesticated.
No,
they don't look to you for help. They look to you for food.
Yes.
And that's it.
And if you get in their way of food, they're going to cause a problem.
Absolutely.
Like...
Research discovers ancient Egyptian remains smell quite nice.
I saw that one. Did it say what they smell like?
They smell woody, spicy, and sweet, and sometimes have like a hint of like tree sap.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'd like that in a candle.
That's honestly, I agree.
Egyptian remains candle.
Mummy musk.
Mummy musk is good. Yeah.
Mummy musk.
Instead of
mummy dust.
Instead of Scentsy, it's mummincy.
Mummincy? Mincy.
Yeah, that's not another word, so we can take that one. Yeah.
I go to Mincy for my mummy musk.
Billionaire couple win refund after paying $40 million for a Notting Hill mansion infested with moths.
I would... What? Give it to me.
I knew you would like this one.
No, I'll take it. Give
so they paid 40... Granted, I don't feel bad for these people because they're billionaires. They paid $40 million for a mansion in Notting Hill. The people who sold it to them apparently did not disclose, and they knew that there was a moth infestation.
What does that look like? How does that happen?
Well, I know, exactly. They said, like, it's... Initially, they were like, oh, it's just a little bit, and then they started realizing that it was, like, everywhere. I think they were, like, in the insulation in the attic or something.
Oh, wow.
Like, so they were deep in there. Like, you need to fumigate and get rid of all the insulation and all that shit.
Crimson Peak type shit.
Literally, yes. So they're eating all their clothes and blah, blah, blah. So they won... I think they won $4 million, and then, I don't know if they're keeping it or something, but yeah, they only won $4 million, and they paid $40 million, so, again, they're billionaires. Crimea River.
Oh my god, crazy. They'll make that back in one day worth of investments.
Exactly.
Who cares? This one's wild. This is one that I found this morning, and I was just like, this is bonkers, nutso bullshit.
Let's go.
Teen who died after injecting himself with butterfly remains spent 7 agonizing days in the hospital.
What?
Yeah. It was in South America. They don't know why. He, like, took the remains of a butterfly and ground it up with some water and injected himself with it.
What? Let's not.
The authorities have no idea why he did it at all. Okay. They're trying to say it's like some social media challenge, but like, let's be so fucking real. Nobody's challenging your kids to inject themselves with butterflies.
No.
It's not a thing.
And inject, like, did he use like a needle?
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
like a needle.
Hell.
Yep.
Yeah, we don't need to put things like that into our bloodstream.
Yep.
You really shouldn't put any objects into your bloodstream without a medical person doing it for you.
Okay. Nothing else to add. Great.
Venomous snake from Ecuador found in a box of bananas at New Hampshire grocery store.
Oh, of course I saw that. It was not close to me at all, though, unfortunately.
Oh, God. And I'm pretty sure it was like a copperhead or something. Like one that you don't want to fuck with.
I have no idea. I didn't look into the type of snake. I just saw the headline and I was like, where was this? Was this at my local market basket? Nope.
The local Aldi. Oh, God. Something about Aldi workers makes me think that they would have no problem just, like, killing that snake and moving along with their day. You know what I mean?
Not enough time. Listen, man. What I love about Aldi's, though, is that they give their workers places to sit at the register.
Yes, I love that. And, I don't know, it's something that people in Aldi, like, they're not worried about, like, making sure you have amazing customer service, like, but they get you what you need. You get in, you get out, kind of a thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's, like, genuinely what I love about Aldi's as a whole is, like, everything is either their brands or it's, like, alternative brand. Like, you don't have many options, you know? They don't have to worry about stocking a lot of stuff. It's a small store.
Yep.
You get what you get and you leave.
Sometimes there's too many options. I had to go into Stop and Shop. No. In grocery stores in general.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Because I had to go to Stop and Shop because I don't like Aldi's soy sauce.
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah, it's really bad. So I went in and I also needed sesame oil. There were, I think, 10 different kinds of sesame oil. I just don't need that.
No, just
like
one and done.
One and done. Sesame oil is sesame oil. I'm sure if you're in Japan, that would probably be different, but we're not. So just give me the ones that I can make my really horrible knockoff Asian food. Like,
yeah, exactly. That's all that I need. What I've been getting from Aldi's that I really like, though, is they have like a garlic paste.
Oh, yeah. That's like in a little tube.
Yeah. That and their ginger.
Yeah, mixing that in with like a soy sauce and like a sesame oil and kind of like cooking meat and stuff in it. Yeah, like that's really good. Love that kind of stuff.
So this headline, I am so incredibly amazed that you didn't pick this. I gave you the last mini to pick it, and then I held it for my very, very last link for this mini.
Was it about eggs?
Yes.
Okay.
It was 100,000 organic eggs worth $40,000 from Pennsylvania farm stolen from the back of a truck.
Okay, you know what? I actually didn't see that specific one. I saw something about how, like, people are stealing eggs more. And it was just, like, a very basic one. And I was like, that doesn't feel that interesting. This sounds way more interesting.
This was an egg heist. That's really it.
Let's go, egg heist.
They don't know who... somebody just stole a bunch of eggs and 100,000 organic eggs. And that, honestly...
100,000 eggs?
That's a lot of
From
eggs.
a grocery store or from
the back of, like, a delivery truck. Yeah. It was their distribution.
That take a long time.
This was definitely, like, pre-planned. Like, somebody tracked this truck's route and definitely stole these eggs. Like, targeted them specifically. I'm gonna see if we have any updates.
That just seems like it would take such a long time to get all the eggs, like... Because they come in... crates. Like,
yeah.
And you gotta be a little bit careful with them.
I don't see any updates except for reports of egg thefts have increased in recent weeks.
Yep.
Seattle police said 2 men entered a local restaurant the same week and stole 540 eggs, which was about $387.
Oh my god.
In a restaurant.
But you said the 100,000 were worth $40,000?
$40,000.
That's insane. Yeah.
Fucking organic eggs, buddy.
God. Yeah,
right.
Organic eggs tend to be like $6 a carton. Like,
yeah, it's a little crazy right now.
it is. Yeah. I mean, organic eggs have always been a little organic, and then like you get the different levels of niceness to the chickens.
Yeah.
So you get the free range, which doesn't really mean anything, we've learned, and then you get the cage free, which also doesn't mean that much, and then you get the ones that are actually like free roaming farm raised blah blah blah, and those are $27.
So you know what I've really found is that the worse a chicken's been treated, the better the egg tastes. So I really go for those low quality, like the chickens barely exist. They are just laying eggs and they don't even get fed half the time. Those are the eggs that I really like. And those pretty good.
I buy the cheap eggs too. I used to buy farm fresh eggs when I lived in upstate New York. There was a place that I could go like to a farm and just grab them. There's places around here too. Honestly, it sounds awful, but just like the convenience became like, I want to go to Aldi and be done with my grocery shopping. Like, I just want to be finished.
No, absolutely. I mean,
I would like to be like that again, but it's just, it becomes, this was also before COVID, and then COVID kind of stopped me from doing it, and then, well, now you got the fucking bird flu and everyone's having to kill their birds.
About, like, money too. Like, it's nice when we're able to spend like what was back in the day $4 on eggs, and not being the expensive ones, but like, yeah, eggs are on average like $5 or $6 a carton.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna spend $10 on eggs, especially when like Casey and I go through 2 dozen eggs a week.
We do too. Yeah, we go through 2 dozen.
Yeah,
I ate 3 this morning. Like,
we haven't like gone through quite so many recently because we've been, you know, living in a hotel, so can't really make a lot of eggs there. But you gotta make the most ethical choice that you can within your budget, and there's no shame in that.
No, there's absolutely not. Bobby was in Aldi a couple weeks ago, and of course there's the whole thing with the bird flu. There's less eggs available, blah blah blah. Personally, we haven't seen it, which is great. Like up here, like I haven't seen less eggs available. No,
that's when I went to Aldi's the other day before we left to come here. They're like limiting. You can only buy 2 cartons per person. Oh. And yeah, it's pretty low. It's pretty low stock.
Interesting. Well, we're gonna go today, so I'll see if that's the case. But yeah, so we go into Aldi. The case is fully stocked. Like, there are plenty of eggs here. And Bobby goes in to get some eggs, and apparently there was this older woman, and she just goes, "Oh my god, like, it's so hard to find eggs. I couldn't find eggs anywhere." And Bobby was just like looking at the giant thing of eggs in the freezer, in the fridge, and he was just like, "Okay." Let me just take my eggs. She just wanted someone to talk to.
I know.
Pack your body bags. We're going on a slaycation. Tim, what's a slaycation?
A slaycation is a murder or mysterious death that happens while you're on vacation.
If you like to mix humor with horror and travel,
join me, Kim Davis.
And me, Adam Tex Davis.
And me, Jerry Colbert,
as we look at the craziest slaycations that will have you asking, what the F is wrong with people? You can find Slaycation on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts.
Just remember, getting away can be murder.
All right, so this is my main story. This one cracks me up. It's really mean and a little bit unsafe.
Okay.
But I think it's so fucking funny.
Great.
Runners go in wrong direction after prankster messes with race signs.
My mom would be so mad.
She would be
Was this a marathon?
Mad. Yes, it was in the UK, but yes. Oh my god, so...
That's so fucked up.
It's so fucked up.
Did they... Okay, tell me.
It gets better. Race runners in Glasgow were sent in the wrong direction after a prankster buried arrow signs and pointed them down a path not part of the trail.
Oh my god.
So they were sent down the wrong path. And not only this, but this prankster, pretended to be a marshal and was actually there and like pointing them in directions.
Oh my god.
They also pointed participants toward the wrong part of the trail, causing concern for safety as runners were marshaled into an unmarked area. And there's a bunch of pictures of them just like under leaves and stuff. So he was like, I say he, I don't know. They were hiding certain ones and then putting other ones in different places to point them in the wrong direction. The organizer, Acorn Trails, said it was left with, quote, bitterness anger and disappointment after the stunt and apologized to those taking part.
What I want to know is, like, how far off the trail did they go, number one?
Right.
Did it mess up their marathon times, number two? And, like, what do you do?
Right, exactly.
What do you do?
I mean, the whole group went that way,
Yeah.
so I guess they just have to base it off of that new time or something.
I mean, these are usually, from what I understand, they're, like, pre-plotted out course. Like,
exactly.
And usually they have to, like, redirect traffic and stuff.
I think it was more, like, not necessarily wooded, but it was in, like,
Okay.
a park area or something.
Okay.
It's in the UK, so they have a lot nicer places like that,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah. There's a quote here, and I'm sorry for laughing at this. The pettiness endangered runners, taking them away from the safety of a marked and marshaled course and forced them further into the park, towards the road and away from any first aid provision they could have potentially required.
Oh, man.
It makes me rather angry that anyone could be so reckless.
Dude, yeah.
I do get that. Like, if somebody passes out or, like, had a heart attack, yeah, they're not near the first aid tents and stuff, but, like, I'm just imagining someone. Do you think they planned on doing this, or do you think they were, like, in the park and they were like,
Oh, they planned this shit for sure. I think somebody saw it and was like, yo, last year, this is how this shit went. We should
fuck this
and
up.
I think it had to be more than one person.
Or I wonder if it was, like, a disgruntled, like, ex-coworker or, like, an ex-employee or something.
There's
You know what I
somebody
mean?
who couldn't make the cut. There was, like, a time requirement for being able to run it, and they missed it by,
They
like,
were
30
mad.
seconds. And instead of taking out that hatred on themselves, they, like...
Took it out on everyone
Yeah.
else, yeah.
Have you ever, like, been at the finish line of a marathon?
Like, once, a long time ago.
Oh, my God. It is so intense.
Yeah, I can imagine. The one that I was at was pretty small scale,
Yeah.
so I don't think it had that intensity, but...
I did it once at the Boston Marathon.
Yeah,
when my mom did
intense.
it. That was I hated that. I had a freaking panic attack at that.
I remember.
But then when my mom ran in Connecticut, in Hartford, I think it was, I met her at the finish line there, and it was like kind of funny. Like, you see people, there are people that are literally crossing the finish line and then they collapse. Or there was a woman who like crossed it and just stopped and like vomited,
Oh,
like
God.
immediate.
Ugh.
And like, I'm just like, wow, this is. And then my mom just bebops across and she's like, all right, where's the beer? I'm like,
mom.
Erica.
I love your mom. But she's been running for her whole life, basically. No, she hasn't?
She picked it up in her 30s.
Oh, wow. I thought she was running way longer than
No.
that. That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But good for her that it doesn't bother her that I would be the one puking and on the floor.
Same.
But, like, I did used to run before I started lifting weights. I used to run about 3 miles, like, 3 times a week. But I would take little breaky breaks. I wasn't going very fast. I had the dogs with me, so they got a potty. I get a break.
Yeah.
Like, it was leisurely. It was nice. I was burning some calories, staying fit, but, like, well, not that fit. You don't get to stay that fit if you run, but then you come home and immediately eat, 5 Guys cheeseburgers and have ice cream.
That's fine.
It is fine.
It's
but
fine.
it doesn't give you the results that you're hoping for.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. Trying to be fit or stay fit is such a fucking commitment. And
It
sometimes
really
I'm very
is.
mad at myself about trying to make that decision.
It's really hard. It's hard. I get mad at myself too, so I shouldn't. It's like, I shouldn't say this, but like, don't get mad at yourself, because like, yeah, somebody at work was saying like, they're like, I have such a hard time. Like, I want to be healthy and work out, but like, it's too much. And I'm like, start small. Like,
Yeah.
and don't start small and like, okay, I'm gonna eat healthier. It's literally like, replace this with this.
Yeah.
Start there.
Mhm.
Like, 1 less cup of coffee. Like, replace your sour cream with Greek yogurt. Like,
Yeah.
just start doing little things, and then it's like you get in the habit, and then you just do a little bit more, a little bit more.
I could fucking devour some like cherry tomatoes right now. That's just all I could think of.
You love
It's like,
cherry tomatoes.
I love cherry
I can't wait to
tomatoes.
see where you're gonna put your tomato lamp.
I gotta figure that out, dude. All right, we gotta. Okay.
Yeah, go to your. That was it. That's
Oh,
pretty much
okay,
it. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So go to your story.
So mine is like a little like beacon of light, I think.
Ooh, okay.
The world's a little scary right now. There's a lot of stuff going
Why?
on. I don't know. And I just stumbled upon the story
Mm-hmm.
and it stuck out to me and it made me smile, so I wanted to share it.
Okay, yay.
So this is how photos lost in American disasters find their way home with a little help from the people who care.
Oh.
yeah. So in September of 2024, Hurricane Helen struck Asheville, North Carolina, and caused millions in damage. While helping with the cleanup, a woman named Taylor Schenker stumbled upon a handful of family photos. Mud-caked, curled up in tree branches, and stuck under river rocks, the images captured family reunions, newborn babies, weddings, birthday parties, pets, and school portraits. She felt drawn to these photos, which had survived so much and were in good enough condition to identify the individuals and the events in them, so she took to reunite the photos with their owners. She made an Instagram page for Something Positive, which is reuniting people with their memories. And she set up a P.O. box, connected with the local search and rescue team, and she found over 500 photos.
Wow.
Yeah. So she started posting up these pictures like on her Instagram, hashtagging like the location and everything, and just trying to get people connected to them. And she's got people their photos back in some cases.
What a good person.
Right. But it doesn't just stop there, because there's another woman over 2,000 miles away in California who is doing the same thing in response to some of the California fires.
Oh.
Yeah. Her name is Claire Schwartz, and she made it her mission to try to recover as many photos as possible, praying that she would get to the photos before the first rain after the fire. And she was concerned about the rain because when rain and ash mix, it can make lye, which can destroy the photos. I also, like in the article that I was reading, they brought over a New York photo conservator who talked about like how to preserve photos if you come across them, like freeze the photos and the prints to help slow deterioration, and try not to wipe down the surfaces of them because they can push oils and other particulate deeper in the materials. But apparently after disasters, they actually send out conservators to like different areas to help teach art handlers and museum staff how to care for their sensitive and possibly damaged like museum artifacts.
That's something I love learning about jobs that like you would never think exist but are very important.
Right.
Like, yeah, if a museum with fine art undergoes some kind of natural disaster, they need to know how to preserve and protect their work.
Yeah. And then also in California, which I didn't know this was a thing, but I guess libraries are actually really good places to, if you find something, give it to them and they'll hold on to it and try to reconnect the owner with the item.
That makes sense.
But the local libraries in California had become so overwhelmed with lost things that they actually connected with Claire Schwartz and began redirecting residents who found photos to her.
Wow.
So she could help find the people that own them.
All these amazing people.
Right. Isn't that very sweet?
We just need more people. I shouldn't say we need more because I know they're out there, but like we need more stories of people that really not just care, but care to use their own time to do things like this. Like that's incredible.
Yeah. Casey and I had a long conversation in the car on the drive down here about like, it's really hard sometimes when the world feels very selfish to be caring.
Yeah.
But like people are selfish because they feel that nobody else will look out for them.
Yeah.
So if we make the conscious decision, in my opinion, if we make the conscious decision to start looking out for others, that selfishness will eventually dissolve.
I think that's very true.
Yeah. I think there will be people that will take advantage of that kindness, and you just kind of have to.
And there will always be people who are selfish until the day they die.
Absolutely.
The people who run our government are those.
But we don't have to be selfish.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. No.
It's very hard not to be. I feel like I'm a very selfish person a lot of times because I get comfortable in my little bubble. Yeah. And I have really high anxiety, and that's not an excuse, but it's just like I'm comfortable here, and like I don't want to go out and do things and stuff, but like it's okay to go out of your comfort zone. It's one of those things that's been on my list to do since we moved into this house several years ago, but I don't know if I told you when we were redoing the kitchen, we found those old photos. So there's this little box that was by the fridge for keys, and someone had tucked some photos behind it. A couple of them are like little elementary school photos, and then there was some really cool, like I still have them in a plastic bag, like old coupon clippings that were like crumbling. So I tried to put them in a bag to keep them from doing that. No one would want those probably, but they're just really cool to look at because they're literally from the 60s.
Yeah. When eggs were not $6.
Right. But yeah, I've been meaning to try and find the original owners of the house, which means I would need to go to town hall and do all that stuff, so that I could reach out and see if there's any family members if they want those photos. But
there are actually in like our local neighborhood group on Facebook, I see people posting pictures all the time.
I guess I could do that, like the local Facebook group that we have. Yeah.
I think somebody would probably be able to connect the owner with those pictures.
That's true. Yeah, I should try that.
But yeah, that's it. That was my little heartwarming story.
I love that. We need more heartwarming ones, especially after the last mini when I described a horrible murder.
Fuck you.
I'm so sorry.
How dare you?
How realistic are the dinosaurs from Jurassic Park? My name is Dan, host of Based on a True Story, the podcast that compares your favorite Hollywood movies with history. I had a chat with the paleontologist who consulted on all the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World movies to find out the real history behind the dinosaurs we see in the movies. And it doesn't stop there. From Indiana Jones and Pirates of the Caribbean to Saving Private Ryan and Tombstone, if you've ever wondered how much of your favorite movies really happened, Head on over to basedonatruestorypodcast.com to find out. Once again, that's basedonatruestorypodcast.com.
All right.
Is it time though?
It's time for Cutie Pie Corner.
Woo! Woo!
So, remember how you were like, I'm going to get my Cutie Pie Corner license revoked when you did cockroaches? I might also get mine revoked.
Okay.
But there's a part of it that's too cute not to share.
Please tell me.
There is a part of it that's gross, but there's a part of it that's great.
Okay.
The butts of these blowfly larvae mimic termite faces. I love this, and I'm gonna have to show you a photo of it because it literally, it's just wild to me.
I love bugs. I love bugs so much.
I love the start of this article. In the insect world, imposters could be hiding anywhere.
Just the insect world, though. Nowhere else. You're safe.
So researchers in the mountains of Morocco were researching, I don't know, on an expedition.
Yeah.
And they lifted up a stone, like where there was a termite nest, and they found 3 blowfly. I don't know what blowflies are.
It's just like a type of fly.
But they found 3 larvae, living inside the termite nest. And they thought that this was really unusual because apparently termites usually kill anything that does not resemble themselves in their nest, which makes sense. They're trying to protect their little home.
That's what I do with invaders.
Exactly. Kill immediately.
Yes. That's why you've never been invited to my apartment.
You have so many dead bodies in there. Oh, man. Yeah, it's weird. In your neighborhood, I see a different mailman every time. Sorry, male person. Oh, man.
Male no. I was going to say male identifying worker, but then I was like, no, because I mean M-A-I-L, but it sounded like M-A-L-E.
Yeah. Male.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I can't make good jokes today.
We're just not funny as women.
Or British people.
We are the British women people. What?
Woo!
Woo. So they took the larvae and the termites back to their lab, trying to understand how these larvae were able to not be killed by the nest.
I'm just imagining them picked up and like carried in tiny little larva containers.
They actually carried each termite individually in between their little fingers and then they placed them into the lab. No.
Just put them in like a tiny little baby carrier.
All right, so the team examined them. Are
you okay?
The team examined the insects under a microscope, documented what they were looking at, and so they found that the larva bodies had evolved to closely resemble those of termites. So inside the termite nest, they actually recognize each other. Jesus Christ.
It's okay.
The termites recognize each other through touch, so having a termite-shaped body is crucial for the larvae's survival.
That's how I like my men. With a termite-shaped body. Long and skinny.
It's kind of funny, though, the thought of, like, they're trying to identify their friends by how they feel.
It's like blind people.
Yeah, it's just... I mean, I assume that means they're blind or they have really low vision. I don't actually know. They have little eyes. I don't know if those are eyes, though. They're just little dots. Anyways, it doesn't matter. This is not the termite podcast. Scent also plays a role in deception. In the dark underground, termites use chemical signals to recognize each other, and each colony has a unique signature. If you throw in a termite from another colony, they kill it immediately. So not only do they not like non-termites, but they also don't like termites from other villages.
They're xenophobic.
Yeah. The blowfly larva... It's hard to say those 2 words next to each other. The researchers found emit the exact scent that the termites in the colony they exploit do.
Wow.
So it's unclear how they actually ended up in the nest. Maybe the blowfly... I don't know why I can't say that. The blowflies laid their eggs around the nest or something. And the termites kind of like adopted what the colony, like their... Yeah. The things that the termites have. Jesus Christ. Okay. I had a stroke this morning.
Like the
Sorry.
smells, like the pheromones?
Yeah. The blowflies belong to the Rhincomia genus. Rhincomia genus? Said that correctly. But the exact species remains a mystery. The second expedition unearthed just 2 more larvae with no adults, which would help ID the species. This suggests that it's exceptionally rare. And the ending quote is that this tells us that evolution can be very fast under some circumstances.
Yeah.
So let me show you this little guy's face. This was the reason I chose this, because it's actually very cute.
Oh, it is really cute.
It's so cute. I'm gonna post a photo, but if you're not watching,
just a little guy.
it's literally like a little worm, and he has put little dot. I shouldn't say he. I don't. Why am I assigning a bug a sex? This little bug has put little dots on its face, and it looks like a termite. It's got little antenna.
It's very cute.
It's really cute, which is a weird thing to say about larva. Because, man, that's a horror. We said that the other day, how disgusting it was.
People say that about babies, and what are babies but human larvae?
Ew! Oh, I think that's going to be the title of this episode, Human Larva.
No, I had a friend message me last night, him and his wife, who I went to high school with, which is really strange. They live up here now. They just had a baby, and they were like, so when are you gonna come over and like meet the kid? And that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna walk in the door, I'm gonna go, ah yes, present to me the human larva.
We'd like to see the human larva.
May I lay eyes upon the human larva. Should I call it larvae?
Yeah.
Larvae.
Say it in that accent
Put
too,
the
whatever
human
that
larvae
is.
in the microwave.
Oh my god, that just reminded me of this song. I'm so sorry.
What song?
There is this song that when I used to party in college and we would go out to our favorite club, there was a song that they would always play. I cannot.
How's it go?
Oh, it's the WAP. It's like WAP, 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 WAP. And there is literally a lyric. He goes, hotter than a baby in a microwave. What?
That's like, no, Eminem has a lyric, and I think it's Forgot About Dre, where he talked about it's hotter than a pair of twin babies in a Mercedes Benz with the windows up when the temp goes up to the mid 80s.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that shit. I love saying like hotter than a baby in a microwave, like, and just randomly that'll come into my brain.
Literally never listened to the lyrics of WAP before in my life. Oh,
I don't know why, but like I was listening to it at some point and I was like, what did he just say?
We'll get into some other lyrical stuff in the next one.
Ooh.
Yeah, cool. Thank you for that Cutie Pie Corner.
You're welcome. Thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out.
We'll see you next time on Make It Weird.
Yeah, keep on
making it weird.
Bye.
If you liked our episode, please leave us a review on Spotify or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.
And don't forget to follow us on social media. We're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Threads at Make It Weird Pod.
Got something weird you want to share with the world? Send it over to us at makeitweirdpod@gmail.com.
Thanks for listening to Make It Weird. Bye!